where the engine normally was sitting. It's not there anymore. Finally got it installed in the truck. So today I'm going to work on this transmission. It has been rebuilt or replaced at some point. It is a green torque converter, and they didn't come that way. The truck only has 100,000 miles on it, so that means this transmission should have less than 50, because I wouldn't think the stock one would have gone bad before 50,000. So I'm guessing this has 50,000 or less on it. But since it's out, I'm going to go ahead and mount it on my engine stand and pull the pan off of it and put on a new filter and pan gasket. And I want to show something on this video. What I did for the engine before I installed it in the truck was I primed the oil pump. And how I did that, of course you can buy oil pump priming tools, but what I did here was, this is actually a distributor out of a 1990 350. And what I did was I grinded off the gear here where it would have normally meshed with the cam. I just grinded it completely smooth so that it won't mesh with the cam anymore. And then basically just stick it in. It meshes with the oil pump, and then I went ahead and tightened down the bolt to hold the distributor in place to keep it from wiggling. And you just put the top end in the drill chuck, and I've got a oil pump priming tool basically for free. I just used that grinding disc there, and it took maybe a minute to grind it all smooth. So I'm kind of proud of this tool, and I don't know if I'll ever use it again, but it's fun and it works. So what else I got going on, I have got a battery charger plugged into these batteries down here. These batteries were both batteries that I didn't pay anything for, and I don't really know their condition. I don't know how long they're going to last, if they're going to last at all, but I really don't want to pay for a new battery. So I've got the battery charger on 2 amp mode, and I am doing a balance charge, basically overcharging it slightly on a really low amp setting. Put it on manual so it doesn't stop charging, and I'll do that for a few hours, and then I'll switch it to the other battery and do that for a few hours also. Basically it is to help desulfate the battery if it's been sulfated, which I'm sure those have. And so we'll put it in this truck when I'm all done, and hopefully it'll start right up and I won't have to spend another $100 on a new battery, but we'll see how that goes. So this is all for now. Hopefully I'm going to get this transmission installed today, but we'll see how that goes. I lifted it up off the ground, put it on here, and I forgot about this dipstick hole. And so as I was lifting it up by myself, I kind of leaned it against my leg a little bit, and in doing so I dumped a fair amount of transmission fluid all over my leg, soaked my shoe, soaked my foot. Fortunately I was wearing shorts, so I just kind of ran over to a water hose, got some Dawn dish soap, and just washed myself off. But it did make a bit of a mess on the floor, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to clean that up. But I got the torque converter out, sitting upside down on an ice cream bucket, just to drain any old fluid that might be in it. Might as well get as much old fluid out of there as I can. So now I got this on the engine stand, and I am about to take off the pan on the bottom and change out the filter. So hopefully that goes smoother than lifting it up here. And this pan does have a where'd it go? There's a oil plug bolt, yeah. And so I drained all that out before I pulled it out of the truck, but apparently it didn't get it all because it still got me soaked. But here's my new filter and pan gasket. Hopefully it's the right part number. I had to buy it from O'Reilly's, and I don't really care much for our local O'Reilly's, but Advance Auto was sold out, even though their computer said they had it in stock. So anyway, I'm going to work on this and see how it goes. Here's the transmission with the pan removed. It looks really clean to me. I haven't seen in a lot of these. I've seen in a couple of them, but I think it looks really good. It looks clean. Of course, I have no way of knowing how many miles are on this thing, or even if it works. The engine was blown and knocking really bad. I was able to drive it up onto the trailer, so I know at least some of the transmission works. But looking at it, it looks pretty good as far as I can tell. I mean, even the case, if you look at it, I have not cleaned it up at all. And it's just, it looks basically brand new to me. And all I've done is blown it off with an air hose before I took it apart, and it looks new. So I'm thinking that it's probably been rebuilt or replaced. That and the torque converter's green. So anyway, I cleaned this out. It was pretty clean. The magnet had a little bit of gummy, metal goo on it, which from what I understand is normal for just a little bit. I didn't see any chunks of metal in there or anything, just a bit on the little magnet. But I cleaned it up really good. So, and here I've got a new filter and gasket, and I'm getting ready to put that on. And the fluid doesn't look that bad. This is the stuff from the very bottom. Of course, the bucket already had dirty junk in it, so you can't really judge based on that, because I had bolts soaking in some paint thinner and gasoline, so the buckets got dirty. But anyway, I went ahead and cleaned around the gasket sill and wiped it down with a rag so it's a good clean mating surface. I'm getting ready to put that on, so that's where I'm at.